Hi, David Odell here with Odell Complete Concrete. We're over here at the Hope Builders facility in Santa Ana, California. And these are all the students that want to learn how to do construction work. And they do multiple things here. They do electrical, plumbing, framing, concrete work, block work, a little bit of everything here. And today I came in to help out with some concrete work. I had Quikrete come in here, a rep from Quikrete, and he brought all the materials that we'll be using here, Brandon with Quikrete. And you can see that load didn't get mixed very well because there's a lot of dry powder there. So that's something we'll have to just mix in the hole to consolidate that load. And we'll just add a little water and mix it around with the shovel while it's in there. But these are 6-inch high 2x6s, so they're really 5.5 inches by 1.5 inches technically, but we don't really need them that thick to do what we're doing. So I notched a rod board for this so that we could cut them down to about 3 inches thick. I just notched a 2x4, and that's what we're going to use to rod this down. See how I notched the ears on each end to recess that below the top of the 2x6. That way we don't have to mix as much concrete. It'll be lighter so we can actually move them easier. And you can utilize these as stepping stones. What I've done before, I've actually stacked them side by side and widened my driveway with them, and it's working out real nice too, I must say. So today we're just going to do, each student is going to kind of come up with their own design here today. They're going to come up, we have a few different color varieties, two-tone and intricals and throw-on colors, and we have some dyes. And each student is just going to pick something out, and they're going to do their own little section here and see how creative they can get. Well, right here I'm just kind of showing them because we're pouring this pretty stiff because we do want everything's set on cold concrete over plastic, so it's going to dry slow. We don't have any direct sunlight, so we mixed as dry as possible. And when you do that, it's a lot harder to work it to get a nice finish. So I kind of give them a few pointers here how to bring up some cream to the surface. Vibrators work really nice for that too. We don't have one here, so we're going to just beat it with a hand float. We're going to tap the sides of the forms really well to get rid of the air pockets. We have a little third sack mixer here. That's what we're mixing everything in. Third sack mixer, that means you get a third of a 94 bag of cement, you know, at a ratio of 1 cement, 2 sand, and 3 gravel. And you can do a maximum of a third sack cement in there. So here we have some guys that are trying to get it semi-flat with some trowels. Maybe we ran out of hand floats possibly. That might be why they're using trowels. But typically you'd want to use a hand float at this stage. That way you can really pound it and move it around really easily. Now this mix here, something went wrong in the mixer. Not sure what exactly, but it took a little bit of effort to consolidate this load. Looks like it kind of got dry packed. It didn't mix thoroughly and it was pretty stiff. I think what happened was a lot of the material got stuck to the back of the mixer. Maybe the water went in after the dry, so it was kind of stuck to the back of the mixer, so it didn't really mix it up like it should have. Here's Brandon from Quikrete. He's trying to give a few pointers as well. He's got the wood hand float. He brought out some liquid colors. He brought 3 different colors. He brought some charcoal, he brought some brown and some red. And then you can change the ratios on that charcoal to get variations of gray. And you can do that with the reds. You can get, if you don't use enough, you'll get pink, and you could possibly get like a terracotta. I have some surface retardant that we're going to spray on one or two of these that they can rinse the next day. Although we're not going to show the final product, I'm just going to show how you finish it before you spray a retardant on. Then you can come back the next day or even 3-4 hours later and rinse the surface. When you get ready to rinse a surface of concrete, the reason you know it's hard enough is when you walk on it, you're not leaving footprints. In other words, you're not sinking. Now the liquid color, we add water to it and then add it into the mix. It's best if you can add the liquid color and water before you add anything else in there. But either way, it seems to work fine. Now this looks like a really nice mix here. Just about the right consistency. So you can see him tapping the sides with the hammer. And notice how the form is starting to float up and the concrete squeezing out from under it. That can happen, just the pressure from the concrete squeezing out, and it'll start to lift it if you beat it around too much, if it's not anchored to the ground. This is a color hardener they just threw on there. I'm not sure what color that is, but it's a color hardener, so it's sand, cement, and the color. And now we're spraying a little water because we threw this color hardener on a little late, and there wasn't any bleed water in the concrete because we put it in so stiff. So we actually had to spray water into the color hardener to actually get it so it would be liquid. Oh, I think this is a terracotta. That looks like terracotta now. Now that we have a good coverage, you can kind of see the color better. This right here is a brown integral that was mixed into the concrete. Now it's lunchtime. I went down and bought, these are from, I think, Big Mama's Pizza. I think it's in Santa Ana. They're about, 20-inch pizzas. They're big. They don't get pizza every day, just on special occasions. So this two-man team here on this particular sample, they went with a X for joints. They just jointed it corner to corner. And then I think their idea was to finish each square with a different finish. I don't know what that is in the middle of that, but I think someone set something in there, embedded something in there. Not sure what it is. Oh, it looks like the state of Texas. Yeah. Somebody probably had that on their keychain and said, oh, let's try to put this in here, and pulled it off their keychain and set it in the concrete. So it looks like we're doing half salt finish, which is salt rock. We just pound that in. Then the next day, you just put water on it. The salt dissolves, and it leaves a bunch of holes in the surface. It's just another decorative finish amongst many. So we're going with salt on one side there, and then it looks like we're going to go with a two-tone stamp on the other side. Well, this is a Roman slate texture. Maybe a Belgium slate. I'm not real sure. There's a few different hand mats I have there, and I think that's the Roman. Has a couple veins in it. They're not real deep, but it gives you the surface texture of a stone. A natural stone is the idea. Now, right now, it's all looks like the powder color that we threw on there. It's also a release agent. But as the next day you rinse about 85% of that secondary color off of there, and where the mat goes the deepest, it embeds the color, and that color won't come out when you rinse. So you end up with a two-tone effect. Now this looks like we went with a swirl design on the salt, and then we went with release, and then the rock will get stamped in, and you'll get texture as well at the same time. It looks like what we're doing here is a perimeter of secondary color and a salt in the middle.
All right, David. This is from us, from class 64. CTP
All right,
64. We appreciate
brand new
everything you do.
Marshalltown trap.
Oh, this is a nice tool. This is top of the line. Top of the line Marshalltown.
Well, it's even better because it has those signatures on it, so now it's worth even more.
Yeah, look at it. Got all the 6 signatures from class 64. We have everyone on here signed this. Real nice thing. So I'm gonna frame this and put it on the wall.
There you go.
Yeah. Now let's take a look at the card.
Here's
Sentimental stuff right here.
it's gonna be a little smudge.
None of our faces.
I know.
All right. Dear David, thank you for the hands-on experience with your company, letting us use your equipment, and for buying us pizzas for 2 days. Most importantly, we appreciate your time and willingness to teach. It was a pleasure to help you, and we wish you very much success. Sincerely, CPT 64. Everybody's signature. All right. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you, Tim. Tim's kind of the unsung hero of the group.
Thank you. Shout out. You're welcome, guys.
You're welcome making this.
Yeah.
Anyway, that about wraps up this video. Thanks for watching, and unfortunately we didn't get the day after when they did the rinses on those, but next time I go over there, they might still be laying around there somewhere, and we'll take a look at them and show some final finishes on those. But it gives you an idea of the unlimited possibilities you can do with concrete. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.